I want to show you guys something that a lot of people don't know about. I think everyone knows that when you buy a top-end boot from Nike, they include a string bag in the box. But if you buy a takedown, you don't get anything unless you buy a Phantom Vision takedown. So I have here the Phantom Vision Pro in the latest Game Over Pack colorway. Open up the box, and of course you'll find the boots themselves with the Nike Skin upper, the texturing in the triangle, the ghost lacing system, everything is there. Pull both of the boots out of the box, and a lot of people end up throwing out the box, not realizing that if you go underneath the paper, they actually include a ghost bag. What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the brand new Game Over Pack colorway of the Nike Phantom Vision Pro, the first takedown model in the Phantom Vision line with a retail price of $150. I haven't covered this boot since the launch, and now that it's been out for a little while and is technically no longer the newest Phantom boot from Nike because they now have the Phantom Venom, I want to talk about whether or not this legitimately is worth your consideration as a takedown model at the $150 price point. So in today's video, I want to go over all the details of the Phantom Vision Pro and also talk about other options that are available at the $150 price point. Not to mention, I'm going to be pointing out some interesting build quality issues with this particular pair. Not a normal thing for Nike, but because my pair is kind of a little bit messed up, I figured I'd show you guys and you'd find it interesting. So if you want to learn more about these, including how they fit and feel on feet, please stick around, watch the entire video. And if you're interested in a pair for yourself, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $150 retail price. If you guys do end up enjoying this video and want to see more takedown model reviews on the channel, please support this video with a like and let me know which takedowns you'd like to see reviewed. Also, if you're not subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. So let's start with the Game Over Pack colorway that matches the Phantom Venom launch color. It's that bright crimson orange base that we're used to seeing from Nike. Actually looks really good on the Phantom Vision, I have to say. The collar is a darker, kind of more true red. And then of course you have a black accent in the form of the outline of the triangle, which I'm a really big fan of this design choice rather than the solid color. I just think that this looks a lot more clean and less clunky on the boot. Has the black sole plate as well, which actually works well with the bright orange upper. Then you have a silver accent for the Nike swoosh on both the lateral and the medial side. So as far as colorways go, it's one of the more simple ones we've had of the Phantom Vision, probably the brightest one as well, but arguably one of the better looking ones too. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of this video. Now, when it comes to build quality, I don't really see too many issues with Nike products in general, whether it's high-end or takedown models. But when I took these out of the box, there's a few things that I immediately noticed as being, I guess, slightly abnormal. I will say that none of these issues are going to affect the performance or durability of the product, but had I paid $150 for them, I'd probably be a little bit upset. So you can see on the right boot where it transitions from this open mesh into the solid Nike skin, there's a little bit of a lip there where the material kind of changes. And you can see you have it on both the lateral and medial side. It's not perfectly flush, but that is to be expected. And then if you look at the right boot, you can see on the lateral side, it doesn't line up all that well. And then on the medial side, it's not even close to lining up. On the left boot, there's also some glue that's kind of melted into the collar. And then you can see on the back tab where it has the Nike branding, the right boot is perfect. And then the left boot, I'm not exactly sure what happens here, but it almost seems like the Nike logo has melted. To be fair to Nike, maybe I just got a bad pair, maybe I'm being a little bit too picky, but again, for 150 bucks, I don't expect that. As far as overall performance is concerned, I'll say that the Phantom Vision Pro is actually a pretty decent boot. Is it your best option for $150? That's where I start to question whether or not this is what you should buy. Mainly because for 150 bucks, you can buy a lot of top-end models that are in a slightly older colorway that have been discounted to $150 or less that are going to be better quality. Now, if you can find the Phantom Vision Pro on sale for $100 or less, that does change things a little bit. And if you like the look and concept of the Phantom Vision, you're getting that for the most part with the Phantom Vision Pro. But the one element that this is missing versus that top-end model is not so much the Flyknit material, that I can live without. It's that internal quad fit system where this does feature a similar design internally, but it doesn't use the quad fit material. It's just 2 layers of mesh with the same general construction as the top-end model, which feels good, but certainly doesn't feel like the Elite model. So starting with the upper, as you can see by the branding right here, it is a Nike Skin material, basically a mesh layer on top. You can see some of that exposed mesh in the lace cover area with a Nike Skin layer on top, and then internally you're gonna find another layer of this exact same mesh with the ghost lacing system on top of that, giving it a similar type of construction as that top end model, but again, not the same feel. What's interesting though about the Nike Skin polyurethane top layer is that they didn't do it in one single layer. It's actually strips of Nike Skin material that you can actually see the seams of kind of on a diagonal. I'm not sure why they did it this way. I have to assume that it probably has something to do with the way that this boot is constructed. And then the Nike Skin layer here in the triangle does add that texturing. So this does have the heavy texturing like you'll find on the top end model, which I really do like. You legitimately do get extra grip on the ball on this medial side of the foot, but you don't get the extra texturing across the rest of the upper like you'll get on the Elite variation. So that is worth noting as well. It's kind of similar to older Nike Hypervenom Phantom models with the thin mesh-based Nike Skin material, but still not quite as good, I would say. Definitely thin though, if that's what you're looking for. As far as the lace cover is concerned, because of this mesh material not being that stretchy or elasticated, it doesn't fit as closely to your foot as the Elite model does, which you will see during the on-feet portion of the video. And then internally you do have the ghost lacing system that is pretty much set up the same way, just utilizing different materials. There's still a lacing system though. Put the boots on, tie the laces tight, and it seems to hold your foot in place quite nicely. Of course, it does have a DF collar that feels pretty well the same as what you'll find on the top end model. I'm not sure if it's technically the exact same material, but it might as well be because again, feels identical. And the construction of the boot is that of a low. There really is no reason for the collar. They just added it there for the sake of looks. And really the fit in the heel area is that of a low cut boot, which is not a bad thing at all. Internally, you're gonna find that it is lined in a mesh-based material with a nice amount of padding. Again, the mesh base I think is a little bit cheap considering the $150 price point, but it is quite comfortable, so I can't really complain about it too much. Oh, and the boots don't have ACC. I think. The insole is fully removable. You can see it features a mesh liner on top and it's made from a single layer of gray foam. Nothing fancy, but it works. Moving on to the sole plate and stud pattern, it looks very similar to that of the Elite model and honestly feels pretty similar as well. It's pretty difficult to tell a difference, even though technically I think it is made out of a different type of plastic. Good flexibility to it. You're not really gonna notice anything special about the sole plate. And then the stud pattern is the same thing you'll find with the Elite model as well. Mostly bladed studs, all blades in the heel, some blades here at the front, and then of course these kind of, I guess they're more conical in terms of how they look, but they end up feeling much more aggressive and provide a good amount of bite. So as far as traction is concerned, they're actually gonna be pretty aggressive. When it comes to weight, in a size 9.5 US, the Phantom Vision Pro weighs in at 8.6 ounces, which is almost 2 ounces more than the Elite model. So a significant weight difference, but there's a significant price difference as well. So that is to be expected to a certain extent. Either way, these are not super light. They're certainly not heavy either. And I think for most people, you're not gonna have any problems with the weight. On feet, the Phantom Vision Pro feels quite comfortable. It's basically just 2 layers of mesh with a lacing system, so it shouldn't be too surprising that there's not a lot to break in here. The upper feels very flexible. The only part that really adds any rigidity is gonna be the Nike Skin kind of plasticky reinforcement, which honestly isn't much. It's a soft mesh-based material that does, to a certain extent, have a very sock-like sensation. Again, not quite as good as what you'll find from the actual quad fit system on the Elite model, but still very comfortable and relatively secure on your feet as well. One thing that I don't care for with the Pro though, is the way that the lace cover kind of sits on top of your foot. It's a cheaper elasticated mesh material rather than the tighter fitting, more premium Flyknit you'll find on the Elite. So you see that there's a lot of kind of excess space. It doesn't fit as closely to the top of your foot as I'd like it to. And you can see when you bend your foot as well, you get some pretty significant creasing, which honestly is not something you're gonna notice at all when you're actually playing in the boots, but looking down at my feet, it's just something that really bothers me. As far as fit is concerned, it's got the same general shape that you'll find with the top end model. Decent width to it, but certainly not overly wide. So if you have really wide feet, maybe not the best option for you, but I do think that these still will fit most people. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to get a pair for yourself, I'd recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So in conclusion, if you have $150 to spend on a new pair of football boots, I would not recommend buying the Phantom Vision Pro. Take a look at a top-end model in an older colorway that's been discounted to $150 or less and buy that. It's going to be better quality. But with that in mind, if you can find the Phantom Vision Pro on sale, or you just like the whole look and idea of the Phantom Vision, what you're getting here is not bad in any way at all. The Nike Skin upper, while not as good as what you'll find on the Elite model with the quad fit system and Flyknit base, is a material that we used to see as a flagship top-end material from Nike boots just a couple of years ago. And like I've said many times on this channel, just because something is old does not mean that it's worse. This is still a really good upper that does have a premium feel about it. The stud pattern is great, the boots are very comfortable, and it does have some unique elements to it that you can really only get from the Phantom Vision line, even if it's not the top-end model. So again, not a boot that I don't recommend, but as far as Nike Pro takedown models go, I think the Mercurial Vapor 12 Pro is better. I think the Tiempo Legend 7 Pro is better. But again, if you like what the Phantom Vision has on offer, you'll probably enjoy these. Anyways, guys, that's it for my review. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Again, if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the first link down below. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $150 retail price. If you have any questions, as always, leave them down below in the comments and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.